BS. Hello, everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Kalios, thank you for the 4-month resub. Sorry we're a little bit late today, but we're here. We're making it work. Happy Friday, I believe it is. I'm like 71% sure about that. Hello, Hazel and Miss Kara. Hope you're feeling better today. Thank you very much. I actually got some sleep last night, which is good. I will improve rapidly tomorrow. Maybe. That would be good. In any case, we have lovely things to do on WoW, so nothing better for a sick day than to load yourself up with your tea and maybe some coffee because it's still morning, you know. And a kitty cat. Nice little kitty cat. And see about... First of all, it's March, so we've got a trading post to do. And then second of all, I have hardcore self-found hunter leveling, and I'm dying to do that. But I know that if I don't do the trading post, there is a real chance that I forget. And most months it would be like, well, you're going to get it done in the month anyway. But I don't know that that's true this month because I'm done raiding. I'm not doing keys. I'm done my vicious mount. Depending on what it is that they release for the, for March, I don't know if I'm playing a lot of retail this month. I guess there's mount runs and that'll get you somewhere. So I'm gonna brute force this morning is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna not worry about providing anything, and I'm gonna send myself the same work order 10 times over. Watch the coffee, kitty cat, careful. It is March, yeah. Can confirm, have forgotten once. And I think that forgetting would be rough for me. Here, we'll do that too. And then yeah, I'll just get like a little batch of stuff. 4, 5. Ha ha ha. Like the count. 6, 7. This is a very click heavy way to get 200 credit, but it does work. 8, 9. It's cheesing the do 10 crafting orders by sending yourself crafting orders for very basic reagents. So we'll do that. You inspired me to try a hardcore self-found. Made an undead warlock. Everything is scary, but fun. Very nice. Super fun. I'm excited to shop on the trading post this month. I know I'm getting the mount, and I have a feeling I'm not getting anything else because the mount is a little expensive, and it's not like I've saved up a lot of tender. I definitely spent a lot of tender in February on the various, you know, heart-themed things. Especially because there was 2 mounts and a pet. So we're just going to kind of see what we can get. But I'm not against holding on to some extra stuff because there might be good things that we want to do in April too. You got to I know it's just March now, but you got to think about April. So here, give me like just 200 of each because that's going to be fairly inexpensive. Need to find a way to farm flightstones 5 item levels away from being able to queue solo shuffle. Farming flightstones. That's a tricky one because there's like a million ways to do it. So the question is, what feels worth it and fun for you? Flightstone World Quests are not a bad place to start. February trading post was very good. Smashing out 5 Mythic Plus dungeons isn't the worst this month. Alright, crafting orders. I'm starting with my old favorites, which is crafting orders, gathering world quests, or gathering weekly quests. You just do 2 of those, and then 10 pet battles. And then after that, I like to kind of look around to see if there's any other pet battle objectives that I can do easily with the pets that I have, which is many pets. I have many pets. That's the first thing I remind myself of when I get up in the morning out of bed is like, well, you're a day older and you're a day creakier and you don't sound so good this morning, but you know, you got a lot of battle pets, so you got something going for you. You got a boat in your corner of the regatta. Side quest in the Emerald Dream too. Also, remind yourself that you have great wildlife clothes. Oh, I thank you. We haven't whipped this particular sweater out on stream in a while. I do wear it pretty often. It's a favorite to pair with my big fuzzy fluffy fleece vest, because it's got nice fuzzy long sleeves so that your warmth is covered. But I thought we needed to be really cozy today, and I'm trying not to sweat or repeat too much within like a 3-day span. Just because I'm living in the same clothes doesn't mean I need to look like I'm living in the same clothes. Alright, well there's one trading post. Let's hop on to who's got a gathering profession that also doesn't mind being in town. It's not such a big deal to get them back. We'll get Crinkle to do her mining quest. Make sure that you double check that upgrading the honor greens would give you more PvP item level, which is what I believe the solo shuffle thing is checking for. Because if it's just upgrading the regular item level and not the PvP item level, then you're going to be in the same situation that you started in. We're going here. If Blizz made a trading post to do that your pets had issues with, they should look at it. Oh, nice thing to say. So, let's see here. She was coming to Veldraken because she had a very important mining quest to do. Started my SSF journey last night, trying for warrior again. Oh man, because apparently I enjoy pain. Power to you. Blessings from Alun or whoever your particular character worships. Good grief. Pardon me. Flabby was joking that we should do warriors. I'm like, on what planet? Draconium or... let's do... How many did they say I needed? 7? Easy. Nice cheap quest to do. Blish to make a trading post thing that requires the 400 honor level pet. Just to bully me. My goodness. Okay. I might have misunderstood professions. That's kind of a funny one. It says complete weekly crafting. Oh, gather these. I was doing gathering quests. They say crafting quests. Okay. Oh, well, let's do alchemy and inscription then, or at least alchemy for a start. And then maybe my priest actually still has enchanting. That'll work. I am a night elf, so the blessing from Alun was appropriate. I did that thing last night. Where is it? There it is. We want to do this. Alchemical solution. Renew. Did that get me halfway there? Yeah, it did. Okay, let's do the enchanting one of my priest. Thing called sleeping. Yes, but also the night before, and then also for a nap I tried to take, I couldn't sleep because I kept like feeling like I had to cough and then just waking myself up with that, which was deeply upsetting on a spiritual level at 2 in the morning. So I finally remembered something that my mother used to do, which is to like kind of prop you up with like pillows and stuff, like incline the top end of your bed so that you're like sitting up a little bit while you sleep. And I remember hating it. I loathed sleeping propped up like that, but I remember it does stop you from needing to cough quite as much. So I did that and it worked a real treat. My bones don't love it, but I slept, which is something. We're getting enchanting quest, that's right. So I'll have to remember that next time. Well, probably for tonight as well, but good news is I have lots of extraneous pillows that I can use to fashion a ramp. 2 bracer enchants for Writ of Leech. You betcha. need to buy some mats. Oh, no, no, we got it. You sleep with your cat? I remember waking up in the middle of the night short of breath because Kitty was crushing my windpipe. Oh, man. I've heard of cats that like to sleep on people's necks like that because it's like a really warm spot. I do sleep with my kitty, but she doesn't sleep on my neck or my face. She'll sometimes get under the covers with me, but most of the time when it's actually time to sleep, she'll just go sleep by my feet. Most important pillow goes between the knees to help the hips stay in position for side sleepers. My spouse got a shoulder replacement, and now we are pillow tower experts. We can do incredible things with foam. So that should be nice. Okay, we're trucking right along. We're also 4 of 10 quests completed, so doing any 6 quests would give me another 100. But first, let's do the pet battle thing, because that's nice and straightforward. And then maybe while we're doing that, I'll like browse and see if there's any funky, weird ones that sound fun. World boss as well. Should I do that first? My Hearthstone's off cooldown. I did Orstor already this week, actually, funnily enough, on this character because I wanted transmog on him. I guess I could do him on a different character. What would your approach to life be if WoW was to shut down tomorrow? My approach to life? That's a very wide-reaching thing. I think I would keep doing the same thing I'm doing, which is my best. If you mean like work-wise, I would make any number of videos about the fact that WoW was unexpectedly shutting down because that seems like that would work for a little bit. And then kind of figure out what other people are doing. What do I want to do? Do I want to stay in this? Do I want to do something else? You know, I've got time to survey the landscape, so to speak. Figure something out. That would be a disaster for me, but it might also be a blessing in disguise. You never really know. Sometimes I've wondered if anything in life will ever shake me into a different career. I was coming here. Oh, yeah, because I wanted to do pet battles. That's right. Pro Hearthstone BG streamer. I don't know. I've seen Crip's eyes. I'm jealous of his everything. His property and his vacations and the things that him and Rainia do. Magical, but I don't know. I don't know if it's worth the BG streaming. WoW is not shutting down. It was a thought experiment. 6 quests seems to be reasonable to work on quest completion on ATT. Oh! No. No. You could become a professional Call of Duty player or a video editor. This is true. I think that my transition into video editor would be a bit of a bumpy one because while I feel great at video editing for my own purposes, I'm completely self-taught and I've only once or twice in my life have I ever had to like take notes from other people or like do requests. And it's always been a bit tricky because I don't use the same words anybody else uses. And there's some things that I just don't know how to do because I've never had to do them before, or I just don't know what other people call them. Because I learned in a vacuum. Crip is good at BGs and he gets the views. Yeah, I think I don't know if I could make it in that slot. I think that he's got something special. Yeah, I think it would be fine. No matter what happened, I would figure something out. But it would be a transition for sure. I definitely have gotten comfy here. Learning in a vacuum must be tough. You know, your thoughts keep getting sucked out your ears. If I'm gonna just beat up on random critters, I want to use a cute new pet. Where's my love bugs? Bugsy? Bugsy. Bugsy, do you have? Yeah, there you go. You have to wear a suit. Is fighter pilot a consideration? Heard it's really tough. I think that my military window, I'm sure I could still join the military, but I don't think my vision is good enough to be a pilot. It's also not top of my list of life paths for me. The important part of learning in a vacuum is learning to hold your breath. The vacuum might help my sinuses right now. Oh boy. I haven't been counting. I'm hoping this has been working good. Why do we think I was going to die? I don't. It was just a hypothesis. It's one of those things that people like to talk about. Like, you know, if you won the lottery or if, you know, you lost your home and all your belongings and your community in a wildfire and you had to start over fresh somewhere else. Yeah, I don't know if I was going to live forever, but I don't know that it's not. You know, there are people that continue to live and play and make a living off of, like, RuneScape content creation. I don't know that for a fact, but it feels true. It's probably true. There's probably a handful of people that do that. Yeah, I think we're good. What if you lose your stripper shirt? Just gonna have to find other shirts. That person's doing it with Bugsy too. That's cute. I'm going this way. Hazel joined the military, not on my bingo card. I think it would teach me some good things, and it would also be a bit of a difficult thing for me. Yeah, it's all right. I've seen the hypothetical discussion a lot recently. All cooking streams. Nothing but cooking streams. I put out a little baking video for my YouTube members, my legendary YouTube members. A little journey of a carrot cake. People talking about it because of the transition to Microsoft. Professional cat sitter. That's weird. I had a dream that I was house sitting. And that I was like being given a tour of the house and stuff. And they were going to be gone for 1 week. And that was the whole dream. And the thing that's really bizarre about that is how mundane and normal that is. Also, the fact that a lot of components of that dream were, like, completely brand new. Like, it wasn't a person I knew. It wasn't a house I knew. It was just, like, it was strange in how normal it was, because my dreams are normally a lot more off the rails. I think maybe part of the motivation for the question, sometimes, depending on who's asking it, is wanting to know how somebody else deals with potential job uncertainty. I think that's where it kind of comes from. And there's a few different angles to that, but, like, nowadays in modern, especially in the tech industries, there's a lot of layoffs. A lot of people don't feel as confident in their positions as they once were. And something like a streamer's main game shutting down would be not the same thing, but sort of a similar vein of crisis. So wanting to know how somebody else would go about navigating that uncertainty might be like a relatable thing to listen to. Do you know if they did another name purge? I hadn't heard anything, but that's kind of cool. I did not watch Dinner in America. I thought about it, but then I couldn't remember the name and I didn't want to get up and look at the note that I wrote down, so I watched Gino instead. Apologies. 2 more pet battles here. I also have to see if it's, like, available on any services that I have access to like, rent or something like that. I had a dream the other day that my dad was helping me get ready to go compete on RuPaul's Drag Race. Oh, boy. Your loss, really? I'm sure it is. It sounds cute. Yeah, one more film. Wish Artisan Workshop still existed. Would have loved to craft bricks for a living. There might be a place in the world where you could still do that, but they might be full up on brick artisans. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's another thing that's spooky about the job landscape, is just that while new jobs that never existed before are popping up all the time, at what seems like a faster rate, things that used to be done by people no longer need to be done by people. So there's a lot of jobs that just evaporate, which is also scary. Especially when, you know, you just want to learn how to do something and then be like, cool, this is what I can do. I'm going to do this for my life. And it's stressful that that's no longer effective for everybody. All right. So we did our 15 pet battles. We are now there. 6 more quests wouldn't be the end of the world. Get Grant experience. We could pop back on Molly Wobbles and do another 6. What do we have for special things? Flip a Hearthstone game board. Use a toy in the Missing Hinge Inn in the Azerspan. Host Nember Court. Absolutely not. Oh, go to the barber shop and change your appearance. It's only for 25 points. Spend a total of 25 gold at Flight Masters. Take a selfie with a tiara, top hat, or monocle. Hang on, important. Do I have a tiara? I wonder if this counts. It's the tiara of the Oracle. I think the monocle is probably a little bit more, more effective. Hang on, where's our light? You don't want to be backlit for a selfie. That's that's selfie 101 is take a look at your light and do not have the light source right behind you. Works in WoW too. That is a horrifying selfie. Do you think her arm's not long enough? Do you know anything about why some people remember dreams so much more than others? My theory, that is vaguely based on something I read in a book years ago, but I don't remember any details, is that you remember your dreams more if you wake up during them. So if you do not complete your sleep cycle and something is rousing you from sleep before you have finished your sleep cycle, you're more likely to remember that dream that you were having. Whereas if you finish the dream and complete your sleep cycle and then wake up as a beautiful, well-rested butterfly, you will be healthier and feel better, but you won't necessarily remember your dreams. So if you are being disrupted in any way by like sound or, you know, somebody moving or like a cat jumping on you, that kind of thing, and if that happens a lot during the night, you might remember a lot more dreams. If I had it my way, I'd be a fiber artist, not terribly business-minded. Most people do that through Etsy shops. I think that the Etsy grind looks really tough these days, especially now that they're being forced to compete with just like your regular kind of like Amazon dropship sellers that are posing as handcrafters on Etsy. I think it was bad enough trying to fight for a business before. Okay. The selfie was fun. Oh yeah, I was gonna change my appearance at the barber shop real quick. I have had Narcissus in the past. I don't have it installed at this time. You can have some gold earrings for now. That'll count. Same as being a family restaurant having to compete with ghost kitchens. Yeah. That does suck. At least a ghost kitchen is actually like making food, hopefully. I guess if you're just importing frozen food, that's a bit tricky. These rubs are so pretty. Aren't they nice? I have these, I think, in a few different colors, but they like come with like the neck appearance. Pandaria appearance. It's called Robe of Quiet Meditation. All right. Anything else that sounded fun? Trial of Style doesn't start until like the end of the month. I could recustomize my dragon riding mount. Oh yeah, the 25 gold on flight paths and stuff. There's the game board thing in the Azure Span. I would like to do some quests, actually. And maybe a world boss. Dream Warden's rep. That's pretty easy, too. I think I have the Dream Warden's rep weekly up still, actually. But, you know, Dream Warden's rep would go a lot easier on an alt. If I take a character such as this one, and I take her to the Emerald Dream, I think we can knock out a couple of these real quick. Super Bloom's not for another half hour, and then it won't be done for like 45 minutes. I think we can do this before then. Okay. This is going to go to Veldraken. Maybe the eyes are reflecting something only the gnomes can see. Something the secret finding Discord needs to be investigating. Unfortunately, other races do have the eye shine. It's just most noticeable on gnomes because their eyes are such a big part of their body. And because they're like so zoomed in on their character select screen. So I'm going to the Emerald Dream to do the world boss and like the seed weekly. Because with all of my account-wide rep catch-up, that's going to get her, also this rep weekly, with all the account-wide rep catch-up, that's going to get her, hey. And then Mysterious Seeds. Blooming Seeds. Does she have seeds? She's got 3, so I could buy a few more. From you. And then the world boss should be pretty easy too. Also, I gotta remember to dragon ride. I can do it. Why is there a Murloc foot race? It has to do with the transmurkifier. I'm transmurked. The toy that turns you into a Murloc. It also occasionally summons a little parade. How many gnomes see better in the dark? You remember when we had to learn about like cones and rods in eyes? And then it was like really different on cats. And that's how they have like such cool reflective eyes and they can see really well in the dark. It was pretty cool. I don't remember any of that lecture. Wilburron. I need to keep an eye out for Chan. I also need to keep an eye out for oh, forgot. Head empty, no thoughts. The good thing about playing hardcore later is that the thing I'm doing in hardcore doesn't require any thoughts whatsoever. I am skinning, leatherworking, troll hunter. She's up to level 8, so she's 2 levels shy. Ooh, a lush Rytherbark. She's 2 levels away from being able to start her pet quest, which is very exciting. But she's just, we're hunting, you know. We're hunting and skinning and hunting and skinning. I am streaming my hardcore journey. I started yesterday, and I'm going to stream more today after I do the trading post. Couldn't remember whether the bloom was on the hour or not. Oh, sorry. It is on the hour. It just takes like 18 minutes to finish. It is regular leveling speed. It's not accelerated at all. You proud of me? I didn't actually play that much. I went to bed at 9:30 last night. But I did play a little bit after stream. Pardon me. Speaking of, let's put the coffee cup over here and let's get that herbal tea rolling. Oh, it's Friday. We got to do a news video today. I think it'll be a short one because I don't think anything's happened aside from like, you know, I don't think we really have news. They still haven't told us what the pirate patch means. Unless they decide to spit it out like today. Which does not seem likely. I taught human anatomy during undergrad. We compared human eyes to cow eyes. They have a special layer. Turquoise iridescent layer. Tapetum lucidum. Reflects light. That's really cool. What's the purpose of that? What does it do for the cow? Imagine they drop their biggest news dump yet. It's on a day where you're sick. It's possible. At this point, I wouldn't be mad to do like a little baby video because I could use a good nap. Only bad news I'm hyped about is the Terra deck they're releasing later this year. Wow, Terra, sign me up. Yeah, I saw that on the merch shop. I like checked the merch shop because somebody was asking about welt plushies, and I saw that they were. Or no, did I see it? Maybe I saw it in the news article. I saw a headline somewhere. And then load this one. plate boots that I need. We like that. You have to get your nephew for a baby video. Absolutely not. He's adorable. I am firmly against monetizing content of children that cannot consent, which is to say all children. Now I'm wondering how old a baby can be when they become a toddler or whatever. I think that there's a certain frame of time in which the two words are interchangeable, but once your toddler starts toddling, you know, once they're walking around a bunch and they're zooming around, I feel like at that point, I think the word toddler is tied to the act of toddling. My nephew's toddling for sure. He toddles so fast. I'm also firmly against getting him sick for a video. That is true. That's also fair and reasonable. Lets them see in really dim light where they would not be able to see without that special layer. Oh, cool. I think cows are very interesting. I like them a lot. Maybe I should do a little bit of reading. I want to know more about the multiple stomachs. Cows can be scary. Cows frighten me less than people. It's not to say that they can't be scary. But on my overall level of how scary a creature is, they're several ranks below people. Owie. Cows are cute. Cows can be delicious. Oh, tea's good. We like that. It's a good thing I'm not trying to do anything difficult like shuffle today. My eyes are like super glazed over. I don't have an awful lot of focus at me today. Okie dokie. So that was good. We did a Dragon Isles World boss. We got our reputation with the Dream Wardens. We need another 125 things. 5 more quests would give me 100. Another 1,000 Dragon Isles rep would give me, well, 70. Gross. World quests. Is there a Dragon Races one? They might want me to do a bunch of them. A big dig for 50. If I do a reverse dragon riding race in the Emerald Dream, I can get 50. And if I do a challenge course, I could get 50. Does it say how many I need to do? It doesn't. How about a quick I want to be the Boshi playthrough? Way to school led past a little cow patch. One day the fence is broken down and they can just walk wherever. I have a lot of respect for things that can move wherever and are literally 20 times my weight. Yeah. That's fair. Alright, give me the reverse course. This is going to be a bit ugly. Luckily, they don't need me to score high. We just have to finish it. We'll do this and then the challenge, and those should add up to 100 between the two of them. I do enjoy that I'm still a Murloc. That brings me a fair amount of joy. That'll do. My wife got excited one day when we were driving through a rural area, saw some cows. I had to rain on her parade and point out there were statues. No idea why someone had a bunch of cow statues. Oh, now I want you to take her to see some cows. Why are you negative about your dragon riding skills? Oh, thank you. I think that I am negative about my desire to attempt difficult things in dragon riding. I don't think that I'm bad. I think that I just don't want to try very hard. And then we need to do it on challenge as well. Although we could do the other one on challenge so that we just get like some extra gold for it. Don't worry, plenty of real cows in the area too. Oh, good. It's a time-honored tradition to moo at cows that you pass, I think. Oh, look, it's Frank. There's cow statues. That's strange. It feels like that would be an expensive statue. It would have a lot of material to it. Land on Vancouver Island. The city of Victoria on Vancouver Island, which funnily enough does not contain the city of Vancouver. It's a bit confusing. And there are cattle farm, or there's dairy farms here. There's a company called Island Farms that is a major source of dairy supply here. It's in the city, like in the southern tip of the peninsula. Yeah, you're not going to have like a farm here, but you don't have to go super far to get into farmland depending on which direction that you go. You want to give me some of these? Thanks. They're often hollow, the cat statues? Oh, cast statues. It's like chocolate figures that you think are going to be solid chocolate, but then they're hollow in the middle, but somehow the hollow ones taste nicer. I definitely need to plant at least 2 more dream seeds just for the sake of getting a free seed bloom. Okay, yeah, I'm in trouble. If you had a farm, would you rather raise food or livestock? I would want to primarily, and I'm imagining like a hobby farm, right? Like I'm not imagining a commercial operation. I would want to primarily grow food and have that be supplemented by a small amount of livestock that is primarily there for like compost generation. So like I wouldn't like want to raise cattle for meat or like pork or anything like that, but I would have like a small flock of chickens that you could use for eggs, of course, but that you could get you could make some like compost manure from. I feel like you want the whole cycle. Expected livestock since you like animals. I like animals, and that's why having a full livestock farm would be difficult. There's a lot of hard choices that you have to make when you own something like that. I prefer having pet animals inside because then you can really justify spending all your money on vet bills and smoochy smoochy smoo. Snuggles. On the highway I drive every day, there's horse statues. Wednesday there was a runaway horse in the highway. Oh! Okay, but not what I was expecting to see. Alright, I need to do a challenge race. I forget what show I was watching, but there was some show that I was watching where somebody needed to drive down a road. And they were in like a hurry to drive down the road, but it was a very rural road. And they had to like stop because the cows were crossing the road. And the cows took like a really long time to finish crossing the road. The herd was just wandering across the street. Challenge. Challenge is different from advanced, I guess. I don't know if I've ever heard of this. I bet you somebody asked me about it and I saw the word challenge and I went, nah. But this is for trading post points. Whenever I stop talking long enough to think and focus on something like this, I can hear my computer fans really going for broke. I did dust it semi-recently, so it should be working properly. They just, you know, they're really going in there. There we go. We did it. It's a bronze, but that's okay. So that... Hey, excuse me. Oh, 2 of them. 6 of them? My goodness. What if I upgrade 5 things using flight stones? Do I have a bunch of flight stones? Who has flight stones? Oh yeah, I've got flight stones. Maybe I can choose that. Maybe have RTX on again. I've never been to Grand Portage. That sounds cool. How dare you make me actually play the game? I know. It's because I'm trying to like rush it. All I want to do is go kill 97 boars and skin them in Classic. I'm broken. There's something wrong with me. Yeah, get like a cheap piece of greens or something. That would be a good idea. Do I have one of my bags? No. Let's do this. Let's like look and see if there's any appearances that I don't have. Oh, hey. Appearances I don't have that are like for bristlebark. Yeah, there. Well, no, 66. 418. There we go. I was thinking greens because I never did finish that set. There we go. Vampire Enthusiast, thank you for the 6-month reset. Hey Hazel, happy 6 months. Looking forward to seeing your War Within coverage. Hoping you get into Alpha. Should be starting soonish. Well, thank you very much. I hope so too. I'll do my best. It had no upgrade path. You know what? Now you mention it, that might be true. That might be the case. No, that one's Explorer 2 of 8. Unless you meant the first set, which I just bought because I didn't have them and I'd never heard of them before. So I figured it might be a good pick. There we go. Sure. Give me the appearance, and then let's see how many. It wanted me to do 5 upgrades? Something like that. So from 3 to all the way to 8. 172. And there we go. Upgrade items with flight stones. Nice. Oh, we did it. We're done. That finished it. That's perfect. Let's make sure we remember to take those boots off before I get carried away and vendor my normal ones. Where'd they go? There they are. And then I can also send those plate pants to my warrior. Or plate boots or whatever they were. Overgrown Freyan. I need to plant 2 more seeds and then I can buy a piece of transmog. They should be close by. This won't take very long. I could dragon ride too. That would make it faster. I don't think I have a... Oh, no, I do have a blue seed. I can plant this one. I use Auctionator for my auction house add-on. I like it very much. It's nice to have a favorite tea for this kind of thing. I'm also getting some Fisherman's Friend cough drops because I forgot about them and I haven't had them since I was like a little kid. And I can't remember if I like them or not. So for like $3.80 I'm going to find out. Okay. I'm just doing this because I really want to finish I really want to finish just this Blooming Dream Seed weekly so that I can get another piece of Mog. Just for collection's sake, you know. Come in a bajillion flavors. Sure, you'll find one you like. They only had original and I think cherry, and I got original. We'll find out. Oh, yeah. I remember people used to have like the tins of them, like the empty tins in their cars. Okay. One seed bloom, please. Hey, I needed those wristbands, actually. That Crystalline Tenders wristbands. That's another appearance that I didn't have yet, so that's something. Yeah, give me that cape. I've been looking at that one for a while. Okay, so we gotta go shopping. I actually really want to pick up. There could be more transmog in those things that I said that I planted. Did a 9-hour job yesterday with no breaks or lunch. Goodness. Today, chillax it. Nice. Get your balance back in your life. Oh, there it is. Got the Dream Seed mount today. Used one seed in another player's seed. Got so lucky. Congrats. And then it'll be done in like a minute. Yeah. Well, I'm glad her flight stones came in handy for something. I'm so excited to go shopping. I'm getting that mail. And then I think that's it. I think that's the only thing I'm gonna get. Well, that's vendor. That's vendor. 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 I think all that stuff can be vendored. Whenever you got a minute to kill in game, it's always a good time to work on your always a good time to work on your inventory. Those are things from Freehold. Those are things that I just bought for the transmog of them. I can vendor that for 50 gold. Got the masquerade masks. They looked pretty. They looked nice. Now, flight stones are not sendable in any way, as far as I know. That's been a request that a lot of people have had for a long time. Gave Self-Found a try last night. Got to level 6. Got bored. Remembered why I don't play Classic. That's fair. Had to stop watching yesterday because Dog wanted me to be with her. Dogs do come first. This is absolutely true. Any luck? Nah, flight stones. Okay. I'm going to go shopping on my gnome. I don't know why, but it feels right to do your trading post shopping on your main sometimes. You don't have to, but. Kitty cat, you on my lap? Yeah, oh, big stretch. Parvati, thank you very much for the 19-month resub. Oh, to be 19 again. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I would only want to do it if I could retain all of my wisdom. And then I would make some choices a little bit differently, but I wouldn't have that wisdom if I hadn't made those choices. Oh, man. I bounced back from colds quicker, though. What are we doing? We're going to shop. That's right. Only bought the Mount Saves and Tender this month. I think that's my plan as well. I think that's really smart. Hi, baby girl. How cute is my cat? Oh, my goodness. Hi, sweetie. How did you get to be so sweet? You've been eating sugar cookies. Are you made of sugar cookies? I've taken to calling my puppy dog Sugar Bun. Or Honey Pumpkin. He is a honey pumpkin. He's a peanut butter banana cinnamon snack. He also likes peanut butter banana cinnamon snacks. Shopping, that's right. Scale of 1 to 10, she's at least a 12. Okay. Open the box. Oh yeah, that's right. There's the pet. We get Teal. Nice little mousey. Yeah, he's a recolor of like Stone Whisker and stuff, but he's a nice looking little guy. I'm not mad at that. Don't normally like cats. Yours seems really sweet. Mine is nicknamed Taterbug. Aww. I can't lie. I love cats. I love dogs. I like a lot of animals. It's not a unique character trait, but it is one that I have. All right, what do you got? Oh, that's right. They had this set. So like I cannot afford this and the mount. I'd have to free something. And I've also been sitting on this frozen armored golden pterodax for ages. And I would be 10 tender short of buying both that and the Peafowl unless my math is off. But I think I would be a little bit short. But yeah, I forgot there's that outfit. That's pretty cool. I like the jacket. But no, that is happening. That is mandatory. And then you've got some swords, which is not for me. They're nice looking, but that's okay. Cool shield. No thank you. Yeah. Oh yeah, there is a toy. That's right. It's a parasol floating toy. I'm skipping that. Masquerade masks. Lovely. Not for me. This is nice. I like that color a lot. That's actually really cool too. Two-handed polearm that you hold like in the middle of it. And then they've got the gloves, tabard, cloak, sarong, all the teal stuff this month. As well as some blue stuff. That's nice. That's a nice color. And the shoulder capes. And then some returning stuff. So I already have these. Alright, easy enough. One mount. Thank you. And then we have 490 left. Okay, yeah, no, my math was super rough. 490 left, and we're just gonna save that and sit on it. I'm good with that. Let's go check it out. I do love teal. I guess I could buy some of the teal stuff with 490. I could get like the robe or the cloak or anything, but the gloves, I think I'm gonna leave it alone for now. Mount is stunning, majestic azure peafowl. Set favorite. This peafowl is renowned for its stunning colors and plumage. Possessive apostrophe always gets me. I always have to do a double take and be like, is that supposed to be there? I don't know. I can never figure it out. Oh, yeah. Yeah, those are some tail feathers. Still sad, and the Love Fox from last month was a bit short for both. I like that one a lot too. Sick mount. Oh, do you think it's gonna dragon ride later? Could have gone bigger with the tail. Yeah, you could have done. You could have done. But I like slash mount special. Oh man, I really wished it had done it had opened up its feathers for the mount special. That would have been really nice. It would be correct. Yeah. It would look nice dragon riding. I like it a lot. All right, we did it. And we did it in approximately 1 hour, which means that I'm going to take a break. I'm going to grab a cough drop. And I'm going to play some hardcore classic Self-Am when we get back. Hooey. I'll be right back. Actually, it might be a minute, so, feel free to grab a snack. I'm gonna load up Classic. Kitty, can I sit here? I know. Don't yell at me. Don't be mad. I got you. Here we go. Answer stuff. Yeah, sometimes she gets mad. It's a compromise. You gotta learn to share the chair. Alright. Careful, watch the tail. Oh, it's classic time. I've been waiting for this. Also, I forgot these Fisherman's Friends mints. Like the sore throat things. Oh boy, those are strong. What up? I'm back. I got a stash of cough drops just in case. Where's Shat? Oh boy. Okay. Let me show you where I got to. It'll take a sec here. Come on, game. Ta-da! There we go. This is my self-found character. She's level 8. And I've been balling out. I bought her with her, and mind you, with her own gold, because of course it's her own gold, because she's self-found. I bought a Hornwood recurve bow. I bought a tomahawk. I'm buying white vendor weapons, basically. Here we are. Self-found adventurer, unable to trade, use the auction house for shunned to receive mail. Soul of Iron, never known defeat. Aspect of the monkey. So I bought her one of these, which was like 5 silver. One of these, still no bags. That's a later me problem. And I have crafted myself some gear because last night off stream I like shot a bunch of boars and skinned a bunch of stuff. Some of which I killed and some of which other people killed and left lying around. Free real estate. So I leatherworking made myself some stuff. Plus I finally got my leatherworking to a point where I can make something that vendors for more than the cost of its mats, or more than the vendor price of its mats. So I can make these, they take 8 leather each, but I can make those and I can sell them for more than it would have gained me to not buy the thread and then vendor the leather. So I'm wearing one of those. I've got armor kits and all of it. I have a 21.7% damage reduction against a level 8 enemy. 299 armor. Crafted gear in every slot. Dust-covered leggings were quest leggings, but crafted gear in the rest of my slots. No pet yet. We're hoping to work on that soon. And she's got a an upgraded white weapon and an axe. As a level 8, I've also got myself all of my new abilities. I got 100 mark. I've got Arcane Shot. We're in good shape. I got Deathlog running. There's good stuff. But my leveling strategy right now, I am in a better level to tackle a lot of the quests that I have. So I'm not against doing some of them, but I mainly want to continue just farming leather and killing mobs up and down. I'll get back to this guy later. We'll worry about him later. There is, for this quest, the second one, the follow-up, there is a bow, but we're gonna like really put that off because we're gonna be extremely careful. You know what Kitty Cat needs is her own Herman Miller. She's gonna have to earn some serious money on Catchtagram for that. Discovered I could buy a neck and a ring. Now I'm high enough to queue solo shuffle later. Nice. Blue news is out. No new Blues announcements. All right. Yeah, I've got a fisherman's friend in my mouth, and I've got 3 hulls on my. Actually, are these hulls or are they Recola? They're hulls on my desk. I'm covering my bases. I hadn't had a fisherman's friend in a long time. I'm finding it to be very effective. I don't know if I love the original flavor, but I don't hate it, and it's working real good. Vendor has cheap 6-slot bags. True, but I spent all my silver. I really invested in these weapons, because at first I was like, oh man, it's like 6 silver for a tomahawk almost. But then I'm like, what if it saves my life? What if it saves my life? It could do it. Love them, didn't see them in years. Canadian thing, never heard of it. So I never saw them in America. But people that are not Canadian are talking about them, so maybe it's just a not American thing, I don't know. They sell them at Fort Myers? No. Well then, I don't know. They're around. I'd have to look up to see where the company is from. Oh man, I'm so excited for level 10. which is not so much for the abilities. Aspect of the Hawk is nice, plus a new rank of Serpent Sting, but it's because we're going to get to start our pet quest. It's going to be a lot of running around. We're going to have a lot of travel time today, but that's okay. Have them in the UK, just here in Norway since I was a kid. Yeah. I thought that was funny. The little packet was like, they're gluten-free. Yeah, I hope so. They're cough drops. I guess maybe some people make them with bread. I don't know. I just think it's funny whenever... I suppose maybe it does do good for somebody, but there's some things that have like always been gluten-free just because there's never ever been flour or any kind of gluten involved in their manufacture. But then they're like, oh, you know what? We might sell more of these if we print those words on the package. Yeah, the Halls ones may also be gluten-free. I don't know. I'd have to look. I am a lucky bug in that I am not, I do not have celiac. I am tolerant to gluten. I can tolerate gluten. I encourage gluten for myself. It's half of what I work on when I'm making bread. I have a gluten-free computer. Okay. So yeah, this is what I spent most of my time doing yesterday. I was just kind of going up and down between like Razor Hill and Sen'jin. Killing boars, skinning them. Killing scorpids, skinning them. And skinning boars and scorpids that other people have killed and left behind. My damage is doing better now. Also, we're cooking all this boar meat that we're getting, so we're able to level our cooking that way. Did you clean my keyboard yesterday? I have no idea how hair keeps getting into it. It's one of the great wonders of life. It's not just you. I think that anybody that uses their computer often is going to have crimes in their keyboard that they were not aware of. It just happens. Hello, everyone. Hello, Zen David. How are you doing today? So I have found that I can pretty easily spend all my mana nowadays if I use all of my buttons. So let's see. That is 15 mana versus 25 mana. And it does more damage. So I'm gonna do Serpent Sting. I'm gonna stop Arcane Shotting just for the moment. Stepmom has Hashimoto's. Learned a lot about gluten-free foods that were always gluten-free. I commit the sin of eating at my desk often. Keyboard cleanings happen regularly. My worst crime is toast. Because toast, especially if it's like a crusty bread, which is the type of bread that I tend to make, involves crumbs. And they like spray outward. Like even if you're eating over a plate, your crumbs are still going to travel more than you expect them to. So I try my very best to eat out in the front area. And especially because if you leave a crumb anywhere within moose range, moose will get that crumb. That crumb no longer exists. That is moose territory now. We got 500 or so arrows. I restocked. I actually managed to run myself completely out of arrows doing this. Fizzy Blast, thank you for the 4-month resub. But I had cereal at my desk this morning because I was running late and I wanted to get my stream set up, and I also wanted to slam a bowl of cereal real quick. And then I tried to speak while I was eating my Raisin Bran, and then I inhaled a Raisin Bran flake, which when you already have a cough is like no good. That's what your lungs need. Fiber. Grab some leftover pizza. Nice. Yesterday I picked up the Battle Pet Blaze. So nice. Oh, cool. Well, mental guy, I remember him. How's your tea doing? I like this because I'm getting leather and I'm getting experience and I'm getting stuff that I can cook. It's all good for your gold, and gold I think is a real big sticking point for Self-Found in particular. I'm really excited about and interested in the challenge of navigating the economy of leveling a player in Classic without using, like, as a self-found character. It's very interesting. You end up doing things like crafting gear that you know other people need and then just vendoring it because that's the best thing that you can do with it. This weekend's project, Druid Forms. Oh, nice. These lost percentages are so agonizing. How close are you? Oh, and especially because once you get close, you're like, oh, I just want to finish it. But like, I always, whenever I was really close to finishing something like that, it always, like, the last little bit always took me ages. 5% in DPS queuing. Oh, I'm so sorry. You can totally do that today, but that's brutal. Almost there. Almost there. I love a good grinding game. I love a nice farm. Especially at these levels where you will still, like, you're getting progress from all of these things. Like, all of it counts. All of it matters. And I think that player power is going to be a little tricky in a world without the auction house greens. I'm so excited for when I get my first, like, actual green that I can wear to drop. Oh, man. I wonder if I'm going to wear, like, cloth greens. If I get them and they have, like, stam on them and stuff. Because I don't think in this version of the game they had added the bonus yet for wearing everything of your own armor type, so it would just be a matter of, like, not having as much actual armor value. Which is a factor, but, you know. What if it has, like, 8 stam? I'm already excited that my chess piece has 2 stam. Ha 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 ha. I love farming boars. I got a white gun. Oh, it is a DPS upgrade. But I'd have to train guns, which would be like 10 silver. And I'd have to like buy an ammo pouch and like ammo and everything like that. And for 0.1 DPS, if I hadn't bought this Hornwood recurve bow, I probably would be doing that. But I think that I'm just going to vendor that and get my 40 copper out of it. Because yeah, I don't know what the gun training situation is like. I feel like I'd have to go to Thunderbluff. And also like 10 silver. That's a fortune. Yeah, this, especially at this level. So I'm glad a white dropped, but I don't think I'm using that one. If I get a green gun, then I'll have to do it. I think I'll have to deal with that. Thank you for talking about your sourdough. I started my own starter and have been making stuff. Oh, that's awesome. So delicious and fun. Yeah, the sounds are something else too. More skill in bows because you're a troll. That is true. You're right. I have bow specialization. I actually kind of like this beast slaying because I'm mainly, as a skinning leatherworking character, I am grinding beasts. So doing an extra 5% damage to them is pretty cool. Makes me feel good. Seems they put the Ashadar map from the trading post onto the store just now. It feels good to have already obtained for in-game activities. There are herbs about, so it's not like the herb leatherworking people don't have anything they can get. I feel a bit silly. I spent, I think, almost a silver to train spiced wolf meat because I really wanted to be able to cook a buff food. But in Durotar, there aren't wolves. I'd have to go to Mulgore to even farm them. I also haven't been running around with my buff food active. I've still got 8 extra cactus apple surprises. I could probably stand to use those. I think if I head into a more dangerous area, then I will do that. Maybe when I do these Coltirans can be a bit tricky just because their area is a bit dense, so that can be dangerous if you're not careful. I'll probably buff food for that. I am not against overleveling quests, especially for self-found. I'm not too good for that. I would love to get a bag drop. That would be really cool. Long time lurker, first time engaging. Offer my thoughts on wolf meat. By all means, go ahead. Bear in mind, this is hardcore classic self-found. So we're being very careful because it's permadeath. And it's no trading, no mail, no auction house. So if I wanted to farm anything, I would need to travel there in person. But permadeath is fun because I'm not going to die. Somebody died. Attempt to run to Mulgore? Green quest for cash and quest rewards. Yeah, it's risky. It's possible. I don't even think it's necessarily hard, but I would need to go into areas that are higher level than I am, which in hardcore I don't see a strong enough reason to do. Not for buff food that's going to be 2 stam, 2 spirit. Pebbles, and thank you very much for the brand new set. Appreciate it. I do think I'm probably going to get to Mulgore and do those starting quests eventually because I like clearing out the starting areas of basically all of the different races. So I think we'll do Undercity and Mulgore at some point. But Mulgore might be last because you have to go through the Barrens to get there. But I'm going to need all the gold I can get. Last hardcore season I did the Troll starting area and Undead before I did the Coulter and Sailor quest. Hardcore convinced me to sub. Love this content. Oh, nice. Are these boys confused? Oh, they're just getting on their mounts. If there's no danger of dying, are you even alive? You have to listen for the thump of vital blood in your veins. Dun, 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 dun. I feel like I'm doing such good damage compared to how much damage I was doing when I was farming these yesterday. Both being level 8 and then also just like these white weapons feels so good. They stopped a hit on the new troll in the area. They're checking me out. I have 4 bag slots left. We'll clear up a bit of space when we get to Sen'jin. I probably need to combine some ruined leather scraps. But I'm pretty happy so far with my skinning leather working plan for gold making. It's a bit tricky because like you have to invest gold back into like train recipes, and it feels silly to like spend a silver training a recipe to make an item that you're gonna make one of to equip on yourself, and then that's it. But being able to make yourself greens, oh man, I think my armor is gonna be. I think it's gonna make up for the alchemy stuff that I don't have. Plus, every time a potion drops or comes from a quest, I got 1 potion from a quest, and I am saving it for dear life. What about traveling to Tearsfall Glades? Kill the hounds for wolf meat and hides. We'll get there eventually. It's not a bad idea. There's going to be so much unavoidable forced travel time that as long as I'm happy doing what I'm doing in the area without having to go too far, I'm going to stick with that for the moment. But yeah, we'll end up getting all over at some point. My leatherworking is leatherworking 55. I'm pretty happy with it. That is one nice thing about being unafraid to just grind, is that leather is not a shortage for me. It's like a whole different game. Then the Medallion of the Cave, there's a line. Yeah. Watching this to psych me up for Shuffle later. Cutest disco to rip the band-aid off, as it were. I wish you the best of luck. Have the most fun doing that. I'm really glad that you guys like watching this. I feel it's funny you say that it's like boring to do but fun to watch, because I feel like it's the exact reverse. I feel like this must be hideously boring to watch but really fun to do, because I'm psyched to kill every single boar, because every single boar feels like progress to me. But if it's not, I can't imagine what it's like to watch it. Oh, I don't know. Her hair's so cute. She's got this big thick pink braid. We're raptor striking. We're slapping people with this axe behind our back. Fully prepared to be yelled at. By all means. You really should have lived to win playing. Did what Hazel does, make the blank chat tab. I recommend it strongly, but I would never presume to say it's the only way to do it. Classic WoW has a strange hypnotic rhythm to it. In a good way. Do it very poorly with lingering stress. Love watching it. I do occasionally... I mean, I haven't done it on this character yet. But back when we were streaming Classic Warlock in the first version of Hardcore, I made people nervous a few times for sure. That one cave. You guys remember? I think I made a highlight of it. That one cave in Stone Talon Mountains with the goblins in it. And I decided to take on that quest that spawned waves of them. Oh, man. That was exciting. Oh, I got a malachite. I can vendor that for 15 copper. Although 15 copper is basically like a light leather. 2 bag slots left. I've been using better bags. And the main complaint I have with it is that it combines my free slots. It doesn't separate my free projectile slots, like my quiver slots, from my free regular bag slots. So if I was trying to restock my quiver, I would have to like really think about how many spaces I had available. I did not get shark bait to drop this week. We're going to do more attempts next week. Emptied my mains bank, made about 50k. Nice. I am almost halfway to level 9. That'll be fun. That'll be exciting. That'll be mainly just another opportunity to get a couple extra weapon skills. I feel like, assuming that you can bear to look at a screen, Classic WoW is like perfect homesick day content to do. It's something very calm and soothingly repetitive about it. Plus, you know, I spent good silver on this tomahawk. I'm gonna get my my money's worth out of it. I got auto attacking to do. That is correct. Yeah, you can do any combination of shuffle, 3s, 2s, rated battlegrounds. The caveat is that before it starts counting towards your vicious mount progress, you need to gain 1,000 rating in that bracket. And each bracket has its own separate rating. So you'll need to do RBGs up to 1k rating, and then you'll start earning progress. And then same with all of the different ones. So it's a little bit more upfront work, but you can do, it's a very valid thing to do. Yeah. Yeah, getting to 1k is just kind of a housekeeping matter because you cannot lose rating below that point. So it's just a question of playing enough that you get the rating. Plus you'll get like 192 rating for a win. You'll be all good. Relaxing in the low zones. Just wait. Oh, you betcha. Afternoon. Good afternoon, Mr. Sonic Gen. How are you today? And level 9, I feel like I could, with these weapons, poke around the exterior area of the Kultirans. Let's do this one, actually. I've been thinking about my pet. I've been leaning towards a Crocolisk, with some thoughts about the boar. And then a tiny part of me still wants a tiger from down in the Echo Isles, because they're cute, too. Chinese takeout orders, so hype. Hazel, great dinner. Fliz, dice. What's your favorite thing to get when you order Chinese? I like Shanghai noodles, like these big thick wheat noodles with like a lovely sauce and then like some veggies and sometimes tofu. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Very good. I agree, boar. They're just, and this is going to sound extremely spoiled of me, they're not cute or cool enough. I like cute things like cats, and I like cool things like crocodiles and scorpions. Boars, for me, subjectively, do not land in either category. They're just funny looking. I guess I could try to learn to love them on the basis of them being funny looking. Oh, somebody hit level 60. But probably not as a self-found. That would be really impressive. I wonder if there's a special server message when a self-found character hits 60. Boars are all about attitude. The one thing that boars have going for them is that I have never had a boar as like a main hunter pet. I've never done it. I've always been anything else. So there would be a little bit of a novelty to it. I love all the appetizers, really. Nice. Got orange tofu once. It was good. Prefer noodles or rice. I love a good sweet and sour shrimp dish if they do it the way that I like. But not every place does. There was a Chinese restaurant in Oregon that did like a really good Hunan style sweet and sour shrimp that I loved. But I also want to have it with like a bunch of veggies. Some places you'll order like a sweet and sour shrimp or tofu and they'll just give you just that. And then if you want it to have it with other things, you need to order them separately. 1 or 2 rares in Durotar good to tame? In Durotar? Maybe, but not to my knowledge. I'm not going to worry too much about trying to tame like a super special out of the way thing. I'm going to just get something early and then use it. From my experience in Classic Hunter, there are some pets that are better than others, but the difference is so marginal that it's not worth getting twisted about. So I'm going to vendor that. I'm going to vendor that. I'll vendor that one and then that one. So we're up to 4 silver 90. I have some boar to cook. You might be thinking of the Barrens. Moved to a new area. Have not found my Chinese place yet. I had to try like 5 different places before I found a Vietnamese place that made a really good vegetarian pho. I had some really awful ones before I found, like, some places will do like really good like meat phos, and then they'll have a vegetarian pho and it will just be underwhelming. Or in the case of one that I had, it was, I swear, just carrot water. Like if you boiled carrots in water and you drank the water, that would be the broth. It was very disappointing. But I found one. I don't remember the name of the place, but they do a real good job, and they give you so much that I can split it into 2 so I can have it twice. Never had pho. I didn't have it for the longest time. But when I tried it, I realized I'd been missing out my whole life. It's just really good soup. It's very delicious soup. Using the frogs from Ardenweald that have the masks. Absolutely love them. Well, at least we got our cooking skill up a bunch. It's 5 silver to get a profession to the next rank. I paid to get my skinning up to rank 2. Or the next level of skinning, because I had the silver at the time. And then I'm actually going to sell those boar meat chunks because I don't want to carry them around, and I can always get more later for when it is time to start feeding a pet. So that gets me up a couple silver. We're up to 6 silver 64. And I now have 12 bag slots again, so I'm happy with that. Quest-wise, canvas scraps, Coltiran sailors. The exterior areas, I think I'm going to do a couple laps around once you start these quests for like the tiger fur and the tail lasher eggs, you really want to keep doing them because it's going to eat up a bag slot until you finish it. But I think I am going to go start that. I think those things will keep me busy until approximately level 10, and there's also great skinning to be done. Oh, Teeny, thanks very much for the raid. Welcome, raiders. Hello, hello, hello. Banh mi's are also really delicious. I like those too. Try a pho sometime. Pick one that has things that you like in it, and see if you like it, especially if you're in the mood for soup. All right. How is everybody doing? I hope you had a wonderful time. Wonderful stream. We did our trading post early today. I bought that Majestic Azure P-File mount, and now I am leveling my hardcore self-found troll hunter. It's a magical time. Oh no, you're evade bug, and that's no good. Yeah, so this tiger, this is one of my top contenders for a pet. Because it's a big kitty, and they make that big kitty sound. They go, I like hyenas, but I wouldn't get one this early. Oh, they do a lot of damage. I don't think I'm popping a potion or anything, but that evade bugging and not being able to ranged attack it down, that took me to about half health. We're going to need to be a bit cautious here. But there should be lots of things to skin. This Raptor Egg quest is awful. I can't believe how many times I've done this. It's a project that you have to really buckle yourself in for and be prepared to be not in a hurry. How about a panther? I like the bright colors in the stripes. I think that the visual appeal of the high contrast stripes is nice. But I am giving very serious thought to your idea of Crocolisk, because I like that a lot too. That sounds pretty good. I might do that. There's some river crocs that I could tame higher up in the zone. Yeah, I'm gonna swim my way this way. We're just gonna have to be really careful. Big flat rice noodles. That I have not tried. Pad C. Ooh. I haven't gotten very much Thai food. Maybe that's the next thing I'm gonna rediscover. I have not really had very much Thai food as an adult. And I don't know why. Just never came up. Okay. And this time we're going to do this properly. We're going to slow him down, throw up our dot. I'm going to invest in an arcane shot as well. There we go. That's better. I did enjoy Classic Hunter Pets. We'll never go back to having to carry arrows again. I refuse. What is that stone arrowhead? Oh, it vendors for 10 copper. That's pretty good. That's not so bad. Carrying and buying arrows. Yuck. Oh, I love it. And I love having to stock up on pet food. You go to the PetSmart of Classic, which is to say maybe you do a little fishing. Ooh, there's some raptor eggs. You do a little hunting, save up on some extra food that you carry around just for your buddy. I do miss feeding my pets. I'm looting those eggs. I call dibs. I'm staking my claim. I'm not even checking behind the tree to see if anything will aggro me. A lot of herbs around here, but I am not herbalism. I am skinning. One tail lasher egg. It's not the worst idea ever just to camp spawn points or like a pair of spawn points like this to wait for them to show up. But it doesn't look like there's a ton of competition right now, so I'm not against kind of doing laps of the different islands to try to get just sticking to the outskirts. Try and avoid any double pulls. Get what I can. There's a few people around, but it's not crazy. This is a much more manageable level of crowdedness for hardcore, I'm finding. Oh, plus look, I'm over halfway to level 9. I'm 72%. When choosing a pet, remember food types. Indeed. Very important. I want one that eats both meat and fish, because I want to be able to feed it with meat and fish. Meat and fish are both very easy. You can get away with just meat, but Crocolisk and cat and bear are all compatible with both meat and fish. SF servers are not separate. It's the same hardcore servers we had before. So Skull Rock and Defias Pillager. And it's a checkbox that you tick when you... oh yeah, this is nice. This is way better. It's a checkbox that you enable when you make your character, and it gives you this special buff. So there are self-found and non-self-found people mingled on the same server. Bear? But there's no bears around here. I might do a crocodile. I might do a kitty cat. I like cats. We'll see. It is not nothing to do with SOD, so none of the SOD changes are in place here. There's no runes. There's no supply crates. None of that. How's self-found going? Oh, it's beautiful. I'm level 8.5. 8 3/4. I am kitted out in white quality armor plus a green that I made for myself. And I'm thinking about my hunter pet. But I have a lot of time to think about it. Because, You know, quest doesn't start until level 10, and then it takes ages. I don't even know. I have another hour plus that I could play today, and I don't even know if I'm gonna finish the hunter pet quest line because it's just a lot of travel time when you do it out here. You have to run up and down and up and down, and you don't have aspect of the cheetah yet. Green armor at level 8, legend. Hunter the class you'd recommend? I think Hunter's a good pick. I think Warlock's good as well. I like the pet classes, but that's just because I've always liked pet classes and I like managing pets in Classic. Not everybody does. If you didn't want to do that, Rogue is really good. If you like the idea of Rogue is really strong. They're good because they're good playing solo. They've got lots of escape things that they can do. They can stealth, which is valuable. But I like Hunter a lot. I would say Hunter, Warlock, Rogue are good. But I'm just speaking from my own experience and my own personal biases. Priest, surprisingly easy too. Soft spot for Druids in Classic. Speaking of pets, Kitty Cat, you want to come back up here? I can't believe I got all 3 Tail Lasher eggs that easy. That's crazy. Also, we still have no tiger furs. What do I get for doing that? Some silver and some bread and stuff. Okay. But yeah, we can do laps around here for a while. Hi. Hazel convinced me. I'll keep going. Level 7, here I come. Ooh, a white quality sword dropped. Now, I could train swords and I could use it, but I could vendor it for 71 copper. I'm sticking with the same weapon skills that I started with for a long time. I don't have the budget or the time to be running around training extra weapon skills for now. I'm just using what they gave me. But 71 copper is nothing to shake a stick at. It's a practice sword. These kitty cats are decent too, because these collars they drop vendor for 33 copper each, which is really strong for vendor loot early on. I do like the tigers. I'm thinking croc though. I don't think I'm going to do a bear. One, because bears are farther from here. And secondly, because I did bears with my last hunter. The last hunter I played in hardcore, I did a lot of bear pets. And I like them a lot, but, uh-oh. Okay, we got a double pull. Trying to finish off the first one. I do have a health pot. This is why we upgraded our melee weapon. $48. I've got Aspect of the Monkey. I've got Parry. 41. I don't think I need to use my health pot. That's why I paid for a white quality melee weapon. I'm saving that health pot for a real emergency, I swear. Let's eat a cactus apple surprise, shall we? Get a little buff up. That armor's paying off for me. I think that would have been scary without all my whites and greens and my armor kits. I got reinforced armor on a bunch of pieces. I suppose I'm killing these raptors just for like the leather and the experience and stuff. It's the cats that I actually need for the quest at this point. Great quality bow. Vendors for 56. It's just a trash item. You can't even equip it, but it vendors for 56 copper. However, we are down to 4 bag slots, so I think we're going to loop back to Senjin before we do another lap. Hardcore is a really strong zone presence, which is really fun. I got 15 minutes of 2 stam, 2 spear. You'll notice I don't kite very much. That's not because kiting is not a good idea. Kiting is a good idea. It's because I don't trust myself to not kite into more mobs. I lack the situational awareness, and it is safest for me to just stand there and raptor strike. Pardon me. But I'm sure a different player would kite to great effect because my ranged weapon does do a lot more damage. The other nice thing we get at level 10 is the ability to spend a little bit of silver getting ourselves some delightful razor arrows instead of just rough arrows. Or pardon me, not razor arrows, sharp arrows. Razor's next after that. Kiting takes more arrows. That's for rich hunters. Oh, but Mom, I am a rich hunter. I think that's what Shara meant to say. Listen, when I craft these leathers into shirts and then vendor them, you're gonna see. You're gonna see silver like you've never seen before in Southbound. Arrows are an investment. I'm definitely a little less stingy with my silver in this mode of the game because anything that I can spend on that I feel like gives me a possible combat advantage could save my life. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go do a little vendoring, huh? I want to fish, but until I see a bag slot drop, or there are quests early on that give you bags. Until I get an extra bag, I'm kind of hesitant to purchase a fishing pole because I don't want to carry it around. What's this red name? Makra. Shellhide. Turn nameplates back on and head them off this whole time. I've got threat plates all set up so that later when we have a pet we can keep an eye on pet aggro. I'm gonna have to come up with a name for my pet. 9 copper. I'm rich. Kind of want to kill another one. It's 9 copper I get to keep. That almost buys a stack of 200 rough arrows. Self-Found is a special challenge that you can enable on character creation in a hardcore server that prevents you from trading, using the auction house, or sending and receiving mail to players. So you are using the loot that you can get for yourself. You can group and do dungeons and stuff like that. I'm choosing not to. I'm choosing to not group. I'm on my own. 2 copper that time. They can't all be 9 copper. But this is something that just came out yesterday. It's pretty funny to me how easy it is to make me excited about something by just making it harder. Making it less convenient. It's the challenge, you know. How far can we get? When will we die? Will we die? Will we ever die? No cooking to do. Although I'm happy with my cooking level.
We got the good stuff, man.
Tempting. I won't worry about it for now. I'm selling that practice sword. Got a couple quest items carrying around.
Lita.
Killing the critter rabbit for its leather. It's cold. $8 silver. Oh man, the eggs turn in all the way back in Razor Hill. That's far. I was hoping they turned in Senjin Village. We got a trade supplies friend in here. General goods.
How are ya?
Yeah, I'll buy another stack of rough arrows. Just one.
Be seeing ya.
Fishing supplies, trade supplies. There.
What
So
you
I'm gonna
looking
buy 12 thread here, and this is gonna be an investment, 1 silver 20. But we're gonna make 3 of these. We can vendor all of them, and that'll clear up a little space in our bags. I'm back. Looks like we're not dead yet. This is good. This is good. It's going well. What you drinking? Honey, lemon, ginseng, green tea. By the bucket. I've got a little bit of a cold. Hello. Hi. Hello. How you doing? You know what? Yeah, 4 more. Yeah, well, yeah, it's pretty good. I make lots of this. Oh, I'm so close to leveling. Big pots of it.
Spirits be with
And
ya.
then we're going to take those 4 lovely green chess pieces and we're going to vendor all of them. 14 silver, 75. Thank you very much. And we're going to go back to the tiger fur. This is going to get us leveled. Zalazane and Minshina's skull, I think. Not messing with that yet. I'm going to stick with the tigers for the moment. We're not going to be afraid of doubling up on travel time as needed. It's funny the tiger fur is actually a level 8. It's recommending level 8 rather than level 7 like the canvas scraps and the vanquish the betrayers. But I think that this one's more dangerous. They have you go into a building with pretty tight quarters, and I would like to overlevel that. Yeah, it's enough silver to buy a bag from a vendor. It's just that the closest vendor that sells them is Org, I think. We'll probably do that later. I'm hoping that I get some drops. Plus, you got to consider, do you want to save your silver for class training? You want to save your silver for, like, weapons and stuff? It's training recipes that you can then use to buy to get better armor? How long can you get away with just your regular default bag slots? Important budgeting considerations, you know? Any tigers? Any kitties? I see a kitty. It's not this one, but let's do this one first. Nice. Every light leather is worth 15 copper or more, depending on if you're like crafting it into something. New transmog set on the in-game shop. Dreadlord. Oh. What's up, Hazel? Hello, Jack Van Helsing. What's up with you? I'm enjoying some hardcore classic self-found. I'm level 8. I'm nearly level 9. Almost there. Kitty. We need 2 more tiger furs. That little gray thing that happens with the lightning shield looking buff. We need 1 more tiger fur. I think that's your Soul of Iron. And it's funny because that wasn't part of hardcore before, but it seems like they just automatically give it to you now when you log in. It's like a little extra special thing. Waiting to get my desktop comp back up so I can play some more WoW. Nice. I think it's cool these guys drop silver directly, but they don't drop cloth. I will want cloth eventually for first aid, but I don't really want it just yet because of the bag space. Because I know I'm going to want to hold on to it. Level 9. A loose chain cloak. Not an armor upgrade, though. Just 11 copper. One more level and we can start our pet quest line. But being a level up over this stuff should make it a bit easier to kill. We can get our bow skill up a little more. Get our defense skill up a little more. That is one nice thing about not having a pet yet, is that your your defense kind of keeps up with you because you have to you have to get hit a few times while you're busy farming. Your cat is being an absolute icon right now. It's true. Oh, 4 photographers, nice. Okay, and that one does turn in the Echo Isles, or in Sen'jin Village rather. So we're not gonna mess with the trolls, not yet. Maybe later, not yet. Same thing with the Kolkor aggression. Although I could at level 9 reasonably do that, but at this point I'm so close. I'm so close. I might pick off some outside mobs in this area. But I'm not going inside the building until I get my pet. I think I want level 10 with the level 10 abilities before I do that. Yeah, let's go for a little swim. Comfy. Kitty cat found a good spot on my lap. Yeah, I could afford some bags. Next time we're in Orgrimmar, I'll get a couple. Just getting 6 slot bags is gonna make a big convenience difference. Not have to go back so often. I think it's really interesting how many people that you see that are starting hardcore characters and they're not doing self-found. I kind of thought that self-found was going to be the main life that was back in. And there are people playing self-found, but it's not everybody. There's plenty of people that are starting new hardcore journeys that are deciding not to do self-found from the get-go. Yeah, I think it's kind of cool.
How you doing, Lita?
Mm-hmm. I'm tempted to start fishing, but I can save that for another time. Heading out. Have a great day. See you later. Have a wonderful day. Alright, we are 14% of our way into the final level. Plus, we can turn in the raptor egg thing. That'll help. Not the final level, but like the final level before we get to start doing the fun stuff. These are free leather scraps. $7 copper I get to keep. Self-found retail would be interesting considering how complex professions are. Could be your own self-sustaining ecosystem with enough hard work. Yeah, a lot of people end up playing like that anyway. But I think it's easy to forget how much, even if you're kind of supplying your own professions, how much you end up like picking up a thing here and there off the auction house. And if you couldn't use the auction house at all, it would be interesting. These don't give so much experience anymore, but they're still good for leather. think I'm gonna mainly focus on beast grinding because I'm a troll and a skinner. What were you doing in 2004 when WoW came out? I was 5. In 2004, I would have been 12. When I was 12, I was just starting grade 7. I was picking up the trumpet for the first time, doing my scales and my drills, and determined to be the very best grade 7 trumpet player like no one ever was. Brennan UK, thank you for the 12-month resub. Started playing in Burning Crusade. I feel pretty young. Depends on who I'm hanging around with. That'll go a long ways towards making you feel older or younger. If you want to feel younger, you just need to find some people that are older than you and go socialize. My first ever Pokemon game in Game Boy in 2004. Oh man. That was the stuff. That was the good stuff. I felt like a great deal of my childhood was just killing time, waiting to be older and trying to keep out of the way of the adults. Shall we poke around, have a little look-see at some of the exterior Kultirans? 2004, dated a dude who played WoW, so I knew about the game but never tried it myself. Gonna be 47 on Monday. Happy early birthday! That's exciting. 37, started WoW just before TBC came out. 57 now, still playing. Oh, you were 37. Evening, Hazel and Chat. Good evening, Mrs. Rock Guru. Happy almost twin birthdays to you guys. I really enjoy interacting with and seeing media of older women because, one, they're delightful and fun and interesting. And they have delightful and fun, interesting things to say and talk about because they've lived. And, you know, it just makes you feel better. It just makes you feel a little better about getting older, which we all have to do. But if you're not careful, you can easily acquire the message just from osmosis that you're not going to be worth very much when you're older and that people only want you for things that are not up to you, that are related to your youth. And it's not by all means true, but it's an easy message to pick up by accident, and it's nice to see stuff that contradicts that. Want to try streaming? Feel like I may be too old for it. There are some great older streamer role models in the community, especially in the WoW community. There's a few of them. Turned 40 this year. Am I considered older? You're older than some people and you're younger than others. It's all relative, you know? I have watched WoW Grandma. Gonna watch some Golden Girls. I aspire to be Dorothy when I get older. I watched a season of Golden Girls and I loved it. And I like Dorothy, but she was also mean. She was sometimes just like cruel for no reason in a way that I feel like doesn't fly quite so much anymore. Like she was funny, but she was often funny in a way that was like just mean. I'm 75, still play. Yeah, I hope I get older. I think it's a privilege. I hope I get older. I guess it's pretty silly to sit here and hope that I live my life in any particular way, because if I wanted to do it, you'd think I would just go do it. But I hope that as I go through my life, I continue to have more like different experiences and you know, try and do some different things. I don't want to just like watch a bunch of TV and go to bed and wake up and be, you know, 75, 80 and realize that I haven't done a whole lot aside from keeping up with Netflix since I was 30. It's not that there's anything particularly wrong with that. You could do a lot worse, but I don't know. I want to live. I want to live, laugh, love. You know what I mean? Chaos Buddhist, thanks for the 7-month resub. You on till noon? I think so. Unless my condition deteriorates. I think I'm cozy here. I'm happy. I'm just farming away. The alternative to getting older, not great. Not as far as we know. I've never tried it. Don't plan to at this point. It's one of those things that just happens to you. Any near deaths while I've been gone? We had an unexpected double pull, but I don't know if you were gone for that. You might have been there. It wasn't that scary. I didn't even use my health pot. I'd love to at least finish this canvas scrap thing so I can turn those in and get them out of my bags. Hellgrave would be proud of you. A triple pull, depending on what level they are, would be risky. It would be a little RNG dependent, and I would have to use my health pot. Wow, Grandma stream's too late for me. You get the Dreadlord Regalia. I haven't looked at it. My instinct is probably not, but I guess I'll take a look at it. I did end up buying the dark color of the Love Witch set, so. Although that came with a mount. That came with a mount. And I had the balance for it. I'd have to sink some gold to get the balance, I think. What about a quadruple pull? My goodness. You can do those in your hardcore run. That medallion guy in the cave almost killed me. He's a little bit spooky. A little scary for sure. Walking by a Peace Bloom. What dimension is this? I am skinning leatherworking on this character, so I skin everything. But no herb elk. I know. I'm leaving all the herbs for everybody else. You know when you order that much food. Leftovers, man. Just put some of it away before you even, like, get into it. Or, like, dish up a little bit of everything, but then put the rest of it away before you even sit down to eat. It always makes me feel better when I can do that. That's the best thing about ordering too much takeout food is when you can eat it for, like, at least 2 meals. Do we think there's anything in here? Sometimes buildings like this would have, like, a treasure chest. Oh, there's 2 mobs in there is what there is. We could do it, but I'm kind of low on mana. I'm not going to worry about it. Currently preparing dinner for tomorrow now. Ragged leather pants I can vendor. Ah, they're only worth 2 copper. But we have our cloth. We have our cloth. So we're not done with the Vanquish the Betrayers quest, but that's okay. We're going to do that one. We're going to finish that later. We have 2 quests to turn in Razor Hill. Let's see how we're gonna do. See how close that gets us to level 10? The amount of rice some places give is insane. And one time I greeted WoW Grandma with "What's up, Gim Gims? How you gaming?" and she had the most polite, formal response. Lovely old lady. How's our leather stash doing? Replenishing? A little bit. We haven't really been skinning too many things. I can't believe February's over already. Time's going so fast. I have 18 silver. Maybe I can buy a bag off someone around here. I should take a look. I know for a fact where I can buy them in Org. 43 partners a bit older than me. We have stuffed animals living all over the house, and they all have names. I loved my stuffed animals. I'm happy I had my Squishmallow phase. I'm glad that I stopped buying them. Like, I got enough, and I was like, these are great. I like these ones. These ones are mine. I can stop shopping for them now. But I love them. Sometimes I'll just collapse into a big pile of them. I would have them on my lap more often, except that kitty to cat takes precedence. That's how I feel about my Funkos. Favorite emergency chocolate? It depends on the occasion as to whether or not I'm craving like a candy bar, in which case we're talking O. Henry, or if I'm craving like chocolate, in which case it needs to be like a 60% dark chocolate, ideally with a bit of sea salt on it. For me, those are different occasions. One of them is for emotional pain, and the other one is for a very specific kind of feeling. We're going up the hill, that's right. Oh man, I was wearing that Murloc onesie yesterday, and it has like sort of plush pieces sewn onto it, like felt, or not felt, fleece, Murloc spines and eyes and stuff like that. And my puppy Moose thought that I was a big dog toy because he just wanted to, he was like trying to nibble on all the pieces. And he knows he's not supposed to, so he's not like chomping on them, but he's just like, what if I just sniff it? And then what if I sniff it a lot? And then what if I give it a little itty bitty nibble? Like, he's a big boundary pusher. Like, he has to try to figure out what he is and isn't allowed to do. So he's got to like push the boundary right up to the very edge of being like, will you let me just like have a little tiny jumpy? Oh, Henry is old people candy. It's like a candy bar. It's chocolate and peanuts and some caramel. It's not good for you. Oh yeah, I got a handmade leather bag. That's right. They give you a 4-slot pity bag. Yeah, it's not like it's a Werther's. Exactly. I saw a Werther's wrapper in the street this morning. I was like, oh, that takes me back. Although, to be fair, I do like Werther's too. Oh, Henry is something that I didn't really see much of in the States. I see more of them in Canada. Candy bars are the one thing that is vaguely... It's not that there aren't shared candy bars Canada to the States. There are, but like candy bars is probably the one place that I see the most differences between the two countries. Okay, so we are halfway to level 10. Yeah, I've not had a payday. I also don't do candy bars that often anymore because they hurt me. That's a mistake. Kit Kat curl all the way. Yeah, I like those too. I'm investigating other vices to calm my emotional pain. Up to and including emotional growth, but whatever. Mostly, not because I'm like a good person or a strong person, but just because candy makes me feel like garbage now. It like really, really does me dirty. Yeah, level 10 is the pet quest. Love to try one of those Canadian chocolate things you have, just without the coconut. Canadian chocolate things. Do you mean in a Nanaimo bar? Reese's all the way. Sugar is so painful. It didn't used to bother me, but lately it's been like over the last like 5 years, it's become this double whammy where sugar, like candy basically, or chocolate bars will start by opening up sores in my mouth that are really painful and last for days. And then it also just like really doesn't sit well with me. I get a sugar headache, I get queasy, and my mouth hurts. And it's like, this is not worth it. This is not worth it. I'm not even eating this for my health. Jeez Louise, I guess I'll journal or something. Gosh. Miss Coffee Crisp? The older you get, the harder processed foods are on you. Yeah. It's not like I don't eat poorly. It's just I'm channeling that into cheese these days. I don't think I'm allergic to chocolate because it's not specifically chocolate, it's candy. Even non-chocolate based candy will do that to me. And when holiday sweets came around, I found that I could do them, but I needed to do very small portions and not very often. My mom made me a tin of holiday baking, and I was eating it thoroughly until like the end of January, and I got it at the beginning of the December. Yeah, Nanaimo bars are yummy. So I'm level 9. I could pick on some Quilbies. Carefully. Or I could try to go into the building carefully. Or I could just grind leather and go up and down the coast. I think that this is a reasonable place to be carefully. It's a higher like recommended level. But these guys are fairly spread out. And you're not likely to end up in more than a double pull unless you do something real wacky. Plus you've got some beasts that you can kind of kill and skin around here too. Need a quarterly sweets box. Lately when I've been baking, I've just been aiming to give things away. Or I've been focusing on bread because bread does okay for me. I do alright with bread. There's some rare spawns here that are real bait. Have you tried a Dragon's BG yet? I'm a Dragon's main. Oh no, I haven't. I'm not brave enough. I can't make it work like you. I'm glad to hear that you're having fun with it, though. That's awesome. I would rather do these guys with a pet. How about carrot cake? So the carrot cake, what we did for that. I don't know if you're asking this because I made a carrot cake recently and I put up a video about it, or to my YouTube members, or if it's just because of coincidence, but I made a carrot cake. And then when we served it, we sliced it into a bunch of small pieces and we wrapped those individually and froze them. And that was the move. So you could have like a little bit every once in a while without worrying that your whole cake is getting stale. I'm going to do that again. I could just make cupcakes and then not have to worry about the whole slicing and wrapping thing. You could just wrap up individual cupcakes, but I liked decorating the layer cake. It was random. No, it was a good carrot cake. We just finished it yesterday. Any treasure chests? Oh, no. Let's go. Were there supposed to be more promo announcements? Saw the Twitch Prime thing earlier in the week. Thought there was a blue post with more. I think it's been a very quiet week. I think that if they had anything else, they might have pushed it back. Not a whole lot going on right now. There you go, 4 scouts. And we're starting to carry around some linen cloth. I think when I get back to Razor Hill, I know I've taken a break already, but I think I'm going to take another one real quick. Just 1026 looming mysteriously in the distance. We are 64%. But I need to make sure I don't rush myself into anything just because I'm impatient and I want to like finish a quest, you know? How does Self-Found work with mailing items? So with Self-Found, you cannot send or receive mail from players. So the only mail that you're really going to get is mail from like a, you know, you do a quest and then the quest NPC like mails you a thing. That still works. Could you use mail as a bank? I don't know. It's a good question. Did we already talk about a previous trading post map being the cash shop now? They mentioned it. It came up. I don't know if we had any thoughts about it. I feel like I'm okay with that. It's like the reverse of them selling something for money that I wanted to get in game. It's something that I already got in game that they're giving people the opportunity to buy with money. So, ruined leather scraps to light leather is actually a gold loss. You're better off vending them as scraps if you're not super hard up for the leather. Because it's 7 copper each, so 21 copper for 3, but it only vendors for 15 copper. So I'm actually just going to vendor my scraps. We're at 25 silver. And then I can vendor that belt as well. Okay. I'm just trying to be real careful with my inventory management. I got 15 slots. We have a little 4-slot bag that we got from my quest. Okay, I'll be back real quick. This kitty cat has taken my chair. She's like gotten very comfortable. It's gonna be difficult to get you up. Kitty. May I pick you up? You're not gonna love it. I know. I have to. That's where I sit, sweetie. I know. I got you. I got you. We've done it 100,000 times. You'd think that she would be used to it by now. I mean, she is, but like, she's still hoping that I was like done, I think. We're not done yet, kitty cat. We got another 40, we got another 35% of a level. I only have 146 arrows. I'll buy another stack. Yeah, she didn't hiss at me this time. She must not be in too rough of a mood. I think she slept good. Alright, one of these guys. Level 11. A laminated recurve bow. I'm gonna ask these guys if anyone around Razor Hill specifically does first aid. I think maybe inside this building, actually. Yeah. Exactly, inside this building. Alright, we got apprentice first aid. We did it. Let me check the general goods vendor, see if he's got anything, see if he's got any bags or anything. I would do like 1 6-slot bag for the moment. We've got the silver for it. We got 23 silver. 66 damage. Those band-aids are pretty weak. I think I'm gonna vendor them. Plus it's 90 copper. Oh yeah. So 5 silver, he'll sell me a 6-slot. All right, yep. Send me up. Give me at least one of them. I'm just being so cheap. I'm not gonna buy a second one right now. I'm gonna wait. I think that something's gonna drop for me. I have no reason to think that, but I think something's gonna drop for me. Also, we've got some more boar meat we can cook up to make some space as well. Is Kira 8? She's 10 this year. She's 10 this year. So I guess she's 9 currently. Bag space and income multiplier. This is true, but I haven't been running out of bag space so far. I'm way out. Nah. She's just a little baby. She's a kitten at heart on the inside. I think she turned 8 twice. Yeah, that's probably true. I don't have a great lock on how old she is, but I know I got her in 2014, and I know that she was a kitten when I got her, so it would stand to reason that she'll turn 10 this year in 2024. Yeah, she lost her vision early. It wasn't age related. It was something the vet said the most likely thing was that it was genetic, or that she had some kind of a high blood pressure event that was already resolved by the time that we noticed her vision. Yeah, no, she's not that old. She's not crazy young either, but she's not super old. Teensy bit arthritic. A little stiff. Need a vendor. But she's gonna live to be 102, she promised.
What do you need?
And those ones. Yeah, I'm being greedy. Those ones too. I'm holding on to this really sticky glue. You know what? I'll put it on a bar as well, just in case it roots a target for 10 seconds, which could be useful in an emergency. Why was it wet? Give it a towel. I don't actually know what that's in reference to. I finished that whole pot of tea. Can confirm used all my sticky glue. Not gonna bother with the quill bore. I'm gonna poke around here, I think. This is tricky. We just need another 35% of the level. And we could do it the old-fashioned way. That is to say, grind boars and skin them. At level 9, we're not unsafe to go into that building. It's not the best thing I've ever seen. We have all the sailors killed. 3 more marines, which I'm sure we would get along the way. And then Lieutenant Benedict. But then there's another quest that you can pick up in there. Do you have skinning? Are you a self-found character? You do have self-found. You're not skinning. That's mine then. Thank you. But level 10 is going to be a big power jump for us. We're going to get our sharp arrows. We're going to get our pet. How about a nice trip to SV? I'm so happy to be streaming hardcore again. I don't know how far this journey is going to go. I don't know what pet we're going to get, and I don't know what we're going to name it. Oh, but it's going to be great. It's going to be fun. It's got a lot of tusks. You know, my troll has tusks. What if I relate to boars on the basis of us sharing a common attribute? Imagine that you die taming your first pet. It could happen. It has happened to people before. It is a distinct possibility. Pardon me. Get something blue, call it Hellgrave. Would be sad, also funny. That's where the sticky glue comes in. Ooh, that actually would be really good for taming a pet. That's a good point. I don't think I'm going to finish the pet taming quest on stream today. I know that I'm like really close to the level and stuff, but I think that it's like an hour plus of just running around. At least the way that I do it. I think it would be a long one. And I don't think I'm going to make it. I did not do a prediction. No, I never started one. Lame druid until 20 when I get cat form. Yeah, and it's a long way to 20, but you know, every bit of experience is a little bit closer. 20 is exciting for me too. That's when I'm gonna get aspect of the cheetah. Nah, it's not Pal World. You can't tame the cult tyrants. Oh, Marie. So the question is basically whether or not I want to go into the building. And it's a bit tricky just because it would be a lot of meleeing because there's going to be areas where I can't get like a good full range start on stuff. But they're like level 6s and 7s and 5s. They're not super high level. Don't do it. Pardon me. It's true, we could lose everything. I have to do the Barrow-Den quest in Teldrassil tonight. I'm a little stressed. Why do you have to do them? You don't have to do them. It might be recommended that you don't do them. That's what I call bait. Those are scary. Those are really scary. I mean, I did them on my Night Elf, but I over-leveled them dramatically. Yeah, no traps yet. I don't even know if Explosive Trap is a thing. We have Immolation Trap at level 16. Yeah, this is classic. Lost my first hardcore character in those dens. I'm pretty powerful. I have a health pot. Enjoy pain when it comes to HC. Probably gonna try to overlevel. Yeah. I could do this a lot more safely if I get my pet first. I might try and look for my last marine outside just so I'm not fishing for indoors later. 2 months ago, came back to WoW. You suggested I start in the Emerald Dream Zone. Today, finished it with rep 20 and mounts. Nice! Nearly finished Forbidden Reach there like Caverns. That's awesome. Yeah, the Barodens are awful because they're twisting, they're dense, there's a lot of backtracking. There are some dangerous mobs. I almost thought I saw a chest. No, I did not. But they do spawn around here, I think. Yeah, we'll come back. We'll come back. Let's do some beasts. I think I could do it, but I don't think it's worth the risk. Lost another character to Defiance Pillages. I think I could totally do it. I'm talking myself into it even as I run away. But the close quarters make it spooky. I'm enjoying all this bag space. That's nice. It's just that without that, we've got... Because the Kolkar Centaur in the bottom is also spooky. It's about the same level of spooky as that. And that's another thing that I'd like to do after I get my pet. As are the trolls. So it means that I'm basically sitting on no quests that I want to do at this particular moment. Unless I like travel to a different zone, which I also don't want to do. So it means we're just grinding. But it's only another like 25%. We did 10% in all that time that I was complaining about it. So I think it's fine. I think it'll be good. Plus we killed these guys pretty fast. Can't get my head run Forbidden Reach. Nobody there. All I can find is dailies for the vault. Stumped. It made more sense when it was current. A lot of that content is sort of like outdated. Like it was to get that ring that was only useful during the patch that it was live in. There are collectibles in the vaults, and you can get keys for the vaults by doing rares, but I don't know how soloable the rares are at this point. I think it might work better later when you can just kind of roll up to a rare spawn and smack it. Besides, all this boar meat's good for cooking. We're almost cooking. We're cooking 70. Peacock Mount ate into so much of my Tendies reserve. Mottled boar. Yeah, especially when their color isn't really all that mottled. I assumed it just meant that their coat was kind of spotty, but like they're black. Yeah, I like their animations well enough. I think their melee animation's actually kind of cool. But yeah, it's no the night elves have the best ones. I do like the twist and hit behind the back thing. It's a bit goofy. I should have given more thought to maybe being a male troll. Male trolls are pretty cool. I don't think I considered it enough. Are you excited for 2032 when Shadowlands Classic launches? Oh man, not so much, no. I don't think they're going to get me to play Cata Classic. I'm surprised they're making it, but it must just be for people that are not me, and that's okay. Oh man. Thoughts on this month's trading post? There's lots of neat stuff. I bought just the mount. I bought just the mount and nothing else so that I can save a little bit of tender for next month. Because I think April's going to be pretty strong. I'm okay with them doing some months that have a bunch of stuff that's not up my alley because that lets me save up some tender for the future. They have to make Cata to get to Legion. You think Legion's the best candidate for Classic? I think Mop is up there. Wish they would release mounts in the trading post a little less frequently. I was just happy there weren't any pets for me to buy because I always feel like I really want to buy the pets, but it sinks into my tender. It eats into my tender, rather. Classic Mop would be fun. I want to farm again. Never played any version of Classic, but Mop Classic could get me. I miss my farm. It sounds like they just need to give us another farm. There's a lot of people enjoying with, and you remember the dog that lived on the farm? Tend to buy flying mounts. I wish the mounts were the completion reward more often. Yeah, I could stand for them to do the mount instead of the pet basically anytime, but I suppose they have a logic to it. The pup that followed us to WoD. Oh, Kinley, that's really sweet. A little family land party. 83%. I used to love pets, but there's an overabundance of them now. Not as special. Yeah, I mainly get them because I attribute emotions to them. So I feel like they'll be sad if I don't take them home. But yeah, once you have over 1,000 odd pets, they start to they lack the less they lack the same kind of punch. Shame I can't pass you the bone from my spare rib vermouth through the screen. 85%. I have too many that I never pull out. Poor little guys are neglected. Yeah. It's just too many to keep track of or manage or remember that you have. There's lots of incredible models in there that I would probably really like to pull out and enjoy having along with me, but I'll just never remember that they exist. The random function, summon random favorite pets, nice. Sometimes it shows me one that I forgot that I had, but it only pulls from my list of favorite pets, and sometimes you get kind of lazy adding all the new ones to favorite. I think they're done with pet dungeons. They told the story they wanted to tell. They did the selection of them that they wanted to do. And I think that if they do more challenge pet content, that they will do a different format. I think they've finished with those unless they change their mind. I suppose I don't need to get too far from Razor Hill because we're going to head back that way anyway, eventually. Sad it was fun. I kind of reached a point where I'd seen enough of them. They were the same kind of thing every time, I feel like. It mainly turned into a lot of busy work. Yeah, I think your grandpa could do all right on stream. It's worth a try. It's worth a try if he's bored, but not everybody's going to enjoy it, for sure. Continue to think making pet battles available on a mobile app is a slam dunk idea. Yeah, that's a really popular idea that's been floating around for a long time. I'm sure they've considered it. They must have their reasons. Have we got any good items to drop lately? I haven't been paying super close attention to my loot. Mainly just grays. A couple of pieces of gray armor that we can get rid of. Have to believe it was in the conversation when Rumble was being developed. I wonder if they just wanted to put their mobile app developing resources into something that... It's not that, like, they do sell battle pets for money. You know, they put pets in the cash app every once in a while. But it wouldn't be automatically monetized on the same scale that something like Rumble is. And because it's tied back into your WoW base game, that it's just a thorny kind of thing to deal with. Because people would be understandably pretty upset if you had to play the mobile app in order to get things for your battle pets. Or if that was like the most efficient or the best way to do it. Especially if it was also then monetized, you know. I think it would just be a tricky, like a difficult thing for them to do that maybe they'd rather just not touch. I don't mind when they're already dead because I can still skin them, but I need the experience. Suppose we could do another lap of just the humanoids. They're at least pretty dense. Yeah, we're at 90%, so we need another 710 experience here. Yeah, I wonder if they'll ever make a PC port for Rumble. They did for Hearthstone. That's worked out quite well for them. I wonder what the numbers are like for people playing Hearthstone on PC versus mobile. Was it PC first? It might have been. Hate playing Hearthstone on my phone. I like playing it on an iPad. I think that's the best way to play it, if you have like a good Wi-Fi connection. Hearthstone Battlegrounds on iPad on couch, very comfy. I guess I forgot that it was PC first. Those are worth 30. Well, you know, a little bit of linen. Shrexy lady. I get it. A shaman. A self-found hardcore shaman. That's brave. Best of luck. Blessings to you. We can make it to 10 today. Yeah, shaman is... I haven't played it because I'm afraid, but I think shaman's very hard and hardcore. Shamans die a lot. They had some of the highest early death rates in the whole thing. They have, their totem quests, I think, can be very dangerous. They're squishy, yeah. You know about the Hearthstone anniversary mount? Yes. What about it? March 11th through 17th. Not out just yet. Coming soon. Or March 11th through May something or another. But the event will be March 11th. I believe. Yeah, the Marines are worth 60. You can spend a lot of your mana doing that. $45 for that one. Meanwhile, Shami was the only class that got to 16 hardcore. Oh, very nice. Congratulations. Not in advance, in the opposite of advance. Congratulations to the past, but that's pretty cool. You know what Blizzard could add that I'd buy for 1,000 tenders? Leg item that works with the various dresses. Just like invisible legs to Mog. Yeah. I think that would do very well. Especially now that they're bringing back those AQ robes. I think that they must know. I'm sure someone's had a conversation about whether or not they're going to let us run around pantsless. So close. 97%. We'll double pull, but they're both sailors. I think it's fine. Do you want them to let us run around pantsless? Yeah, I think I do. I think that we have enough ways to look ridiculous in games that one more is not a problem. High def undies now. No reason why we must wear pants. And I know a lot of people just want to hide pants for the sake of the dress, like being able to show leg cutouts under dresses without layers. And you could make an argument that, oh, they could do something that only pairs with, like, goes underneath skirts and dresses and stuff. But, like, I wonder if that would be technically more challenging than just letting us hide pants. I don't know. Best leg so far, the Love Witch pants. They don't show the skirt. You only see a tiny bit of them. That's a good tip. I like the ones that give you the big furry underwear band up by your hips, like the big fur underwear that you can get. And then they have like the bare thigh, but like the leg that comes up a little bit. They show a little, but they're funny looking. Did anyone tell to jump back in between shots? No. That's okay. I appreciate the intent, but we don't worry too much about backseating here. I'm just playing for myself. For fun. Using the Mage Weave pants before? Yeah, I know which ones you mean. The black Mage Weave. Oh, did we do it? We did it! We're level 10! Alright, let's go back. Let's go back to Razor Hill. We've got the Taming the Beast quest to pick up. So fast. Slash played. 4 hours and 53 minutes for me to get to level 10 in the safest way imaginable. Yeah, man, it's a spooky spot. People do die there. It's true. I don't think I'm gonna do the whole pet quest line on stream today, though. I think I'm gonna wrap up soon. My sinuses have had... They are talking to me. They're telling me that they're singing me the song of their people. Hardcore. Nice. Yeah. But tomorrow's Saturday, which means a Saturday morning stream, which means I get to kick back with another hot pot of tea and do some more of this. See how far we can get. I'll do my best not to die off stream, I promise. Pinky swear. I'm so happy, level 10. Plus, we've timed it. We only have 91 arrows left. I guess it's still 91, but I didn't want to like have, 600 rough arrows left as soon as I got into the bracket where I could start buying sharp arrows. I want to make my own legs so that they match my pants. Or my feet. What kind of pet you thinking about getting? I haven't fully decided, but I'm kind of leaning Crocolisk. First ever completing a quest the turn I got it. Oh, in Hearthstone BGs. Wow. Holy moly, that's crazy. You better be gunning for first place now. Hope you feel better. Thank you. I hope so too. I normally get over colds a little faster than this, so hopefully we're on the tail end of it. Oh, I must pick it up. We must pick up the quest.
Loktar,
Also, yeah.
may your
Get a little
blades
basic
never
beast
dull.
training.
Go forth to victory.
Ah, yes.
What do you need?
That'll be a lot of fun. Look at all my silver, too. We got 21 silver. I have enough leather to make a few more things. We've got lots of boar meat. Oh, man. I had a great time today. Thank you all so much for spending this time with me. I'll be back tomorrow morning. I am planning to do some more Hardcore Hunter. I appreciate the company very much, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.